Hi YouTube, it's Hoyt. I'm gonna share a dream with you guys that I had 3 days ago. So 3 days ago, I had a dream where I must have been in Missouri because I drove to this random house. I've never seen this house before in my life. And I walked inside of this house. And as soon as I walked into this house, I saw 3 people that I know in real life. These 3 people were 3 of my sisters. And for whatever reason in the dream, I don't really know why, they were not happy to see me at all. And so in the dream, I walked into the house and they saw me, and immediately they're like, "What are you doing here? Like, who told you to come here? You're just fucking weird. Why don't you leave?" And that's what they all said. And I said, "Well, before I leave, do you guys have a piece of paper?" And they said, "Yeah, why do you need it?" And so I grabbed this piece of paper. They had a big stack of papers, just white blank papers. And I told them, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna write some stuff down right now." And I said, "What I'm about to tell you, you need to do this. I'm very serious. You need to listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth." I said, "You need to buy the stock BLOZF. The company of the stock is called Cannabis Technologies." I said, "Invest in this stock and also invest in the 2 cryptocurrencies, XRP and XLM. I said, if you do not do this, you will regret this decision for the rest of your lives." That's what I told all 3 of them. And then in the dream, I walked out of the house. Now in the stream, my dog, Wildcat, was with me. So Wildcat, she's just a black lab. She's really cute. And I call her Wild Squish because she has a squishy face. And in the dream, as soon as I walked out of my house, it was raining super hard. And in dreams, rain, like if you're getting rained on or you're like drowning, represents liquid, like money is liquid. And in the dream, I was walking to my truck, and usually my dog, she likes water. She's a Labrador. But in this dream, she did not like the rain because it was so intense and it was just a torrential downpour, and she was hiding under my truck, and I unlocked the truck and she wanted to get in. I said, "Go in the truck, Wildcat." So she went in the truck, and then I got in the truck and I turned it on. But in this dream, my windshield of my truck had a bunch of literal poop. Like there was shit on my windshield in this dream. Now, it's not what you think it means. When you see crap in your dreams, or poop, or you're taking a crap in your dreams, or you see a turd in your dreams, it doesn't literally mean poop. Crap in money, crap in dreams represents money. I guess to God, maybe money is, crap. But that's what it means. So water and crap both represent money. And in this dream, I was getting rained on like ridiculously, and there was a bunch of crap smeared on my windshield that came from the sky. And my windshield wiper sprayer was spraying windshield wiper fluid on the windshield without me even touching it. I even took my hands in the dream off the steering wheel and everything. I said, "I'm not doing anything." And then windshield wipers were going automatically, wiping the crap off because there was so much of it. And in the dream, I was driving away from the house that I was just in, and I was telling my 3 sisters about the stocks and the crypto, and I was trying to leave. But in the dream, it was raining super hard. I could barely see in front of me. But in the dream, the road that I was on was super straight. And then immediately there was an aggressive dip in the road. I was like going downhill, and I slammed on the brakes, and I was trying to stop myself because in front of me, I saw like 40 yards away, there was a flood water that was so high that if I was about to crash into it, my whole truck would go under. And I knew this. And in the dream, I tried to stop my truck and I slammed on the brakes, and it didn't help. I crashed straight into that flood water. My truck was about to be fully submerged, and my dog, she made a funny face in the dream. So she put her paws on the dash and she went like this. And basically in the dream, I saved her real quick, and I grabbed her immediately, and I saved her, and I got out of the truck and my whole truck went underwater. But it was really funny because in the dream there was a country guy. He was probably like 50, wearing like overalls and boots. He was at a store to the left of this road, and he saw me crash into the water, and he ran over and he went, "Holy shit, are you okay, son?" He said, "I saw you crash. I was just over here at the store. Are you all right, son?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And he's like, "Oh, I'm glad you and your dog are all right." And then he was like, "Well, it sucks that your truck went underwater." And I was like, "Oh, it's all right. Me and my dog are safe. That's all that matters." And then he was like, "Well, you have a good one. God bless you." And I told him to have a good one too. But in the dream, my truck went completely underwater, and water in dreams like that represents liquid, money. So basically the dream ended, but I want to explain some things to you guys. So I'm gonna backtrack. So I was telling my 3 sisters about the stock, BLOZF, and the 2 cryptocurrencies, XRP and XLM. Now in the stream, as soon as I left the house and I told them, "Hey, if you don't invest in these 3 things I'm telling you to invest in, you will regret this decision for the rest of your lives." The reason why is because that stock and those 2 cryptocurrencies are going to shoot up in price so dramatically that if you don't buy it now, later on when it explodes, everyone who did buy it, they're going to be super rich and they're going to be financially free. And in the dream, when I walked out of the house, I was getting rained on like crazy, and there was crap falling from the sky. Basically, God was saying I was drowning in money, and also I crashed my truck into floodwater and it went all the way under. God was basically, it was symbolic. God was saying that I was drowning in money. And the reason why is because God showed me already to buy the stock BLOZF and the cryptocurrency XRP and XLM in real life. And in my dream, because I exercised faith in what God showed me in my dream, my faith paid off, and I became financially free because I was faithful in doing what God showed me in my dream or dreams. And in this dream, I became rich because I invested in those 3 things. And that was basically it. So I want to explain something to you guys. So God wants people to invest in the stock BLOZF, and the company is Cannabis Technologies. Now, God showed me in a dream. I had a dream one day where I was in a classroom and my teacher said, "All right, everybody, you got to invest in BLOZF, and everyone has to get their 5,000 shares." And then I woke up. So God showed me that the limit on this stock is 5,000 shares per person. If you exceed this limit, to God, it is considered greed. And somehow, some way, you're not going to be able to keep that money. But what I do know is that the stock is going to hit in the month of July of an unknown year. And when it hits, each share is going to be worth $600 each. And when each share is worth $600 each, sell everything. After that, you'll be financially free. But also in this dream, I told my sisters to invest in the cryptocurrencies, XRP and XLM. Now, when you buy these cryptocurrencies, buy them in a 1-to-4 ratio. So at my house, think of tables and chairs. At my house, there's 1 table and 4 chairs. So for every 1 XRP that you buy 4 XLM. Buy them at a 1-to-4 ratio, and do not sell a single XRP or XLM coin. Keep all of them, because the price is going to shoot up dramatically at some point in the future. And at some point in the future, you're also going to be able to custody your cryptocurrency with banks, and you're going to make interest off of the cryptocurrencies, and you're going to be able to actually make monthly income. just by holding those coins. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And yeah, so yeah, if you exercise faith in God and in what God says, like at some point in time, your faith is gonna pay off. And in this dream that I had, my faith paid off, and I did become financially free because I believed in God and what God showed me about that stock and those two cryptocurrencies, and I believed that they were going to take off, and they did. So yeah, buy BLOZF stock and buy XRP and XLM, the cryptocurrencies. And that was pretty much it. So yeah, do with this information what you must, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. God bless you guys.